Hey guys, I don't know if anybody's going to even show up because I didn't say I was going live today. So, nothing yet. No worries. Most people are at work. I actually have today off with the way my work schedule is. Just out here in the shop doing some stuff and said, you know what? I feel like going live, so I'm going to go live for a little bit. We'll see what happens. I'm currently working on a moose. I just started this moose project. If you've seen some of my recent posts, I carved some moose out of pine with the chainsaw the other day. Those uh, those were pretty fun. Kind of warming up for more detailed, more refined moose project that I've got going on. It's kind of like right here. You guys see the corner of it. It's going to be out of black walnut. I've got a customer that really wants I don't know, moose carving. So I want to give them a really nice piece and try to have it look as accurate to the real thing as I can. So the plan is to carve the body out of black walnut, and then I think I'm going to carve the rack for the moose out of butternut. That should look pretty good. So I got one person watching. That's cool. Don't mean to call you out. If you can hear me okay, just shoot me a thumbs up. I'm trying to use my AirPods here to talk through. I'm not sure. I think I got to change this. Hold on. Hold on. All right. I think I turned my live chat on. There's a thumbs up. All right, cool. I don't do this live thing often, so still trying to make sure I can figure it all out. Here, all right, there it is. All right, cool. So it is showing up. I wasn't sure if the comments are going to show up or not. Awesome. So you guys are just tuning in. Just sitting at the bench, got my Fordham carver and my saber tooth eyeball bit here. And I'm waiting for this walnut to dry up for that moose. And I've got these little bears. Carved these guys up with the chainsaw a while back. If you guys aren't sure, I've got two carving videos making these guys. And what I want to do is clean them up. Just going to sit here and clean these guys up. Once they're cleaned up, I'm actually going to fit them into these cherry rings. These are from a project I did a while back. I've got a neighbor that's had me cut some rings out for some stuff that he's making. Wanted them out of cherry. Well, he wanted, this part, and so I'm left with these rings. And I thought it's kind of a good idea to, do something like that. Put these little bears in here. Put them up on my Etsy store. Maybe take them to craft fairs. Kind of a cheap sell. Just about anybody could afford. Maybe put like $20 on them or something like that. 25, I don't know. Put something cheap on there though, so just about anybody can buy one. They won't get painted or anything. I'll probably just hit them with like the torch. Um, so yeah, just gonna work on those guys while that walnut dries, and chat with you guys. See what you're all doing. See what you're up to. Anybody watching right now working on any projects? Are you all at your day jobs? I'll be at my day job tomorrow. Just lucky enough to have today off. I thought I'd also share with you guys that I will be getting. Well, you guys can't see anything, can you? With the light. This is Sabertooth. Be working with Sabertooth and using their tools. I've been using them for a while, and Sabertooth reached out and asked me if I would be part of their ambassador program. Something new they're starting up. And what that is share some posts about their tools on Instagram and be able to get some more tools through them for helping out with that advertising, which I think is an awesome deal. I really like the products they make. I use them a lot. If you guys watch my videos quite a bit, you guys know that I like Sabertooth. Here's some of the bits they just sent me. Hopefully you guys can see them. Looks like they sent me six different bits. These are all of the 1/8 shafts. So we got a flame bit. We got a cylinder ball nose. This one's a dovetail. These are all their fine grit. This one's just a cylinder flat end and just a small ball. So I got those, hoping they'll be of use in the moose carving when I get into doing the details around the face and the eyes, and maybe the rack and adding fur and stuff. So they'll come into use way later on. But that moose carving will be a full video. It might even be a 2 or 3 part video um, once it's done. I'm not quite sure yet how I'm going to do that. Maybe even just a high speed sort of thing. So there's going to be a lot of time, a lot of work going into it. And it's going to take me several weeks to get that thing done. But, you know, just kind of chatting away and rambling on. Hopefully, I'm not boring you guys too much. Uh, Another one I got, the RZ mask. Throw this on in a minute. Hopefully, if you guys are carving, you guys are putting on some kind of mask. Even if you've got something to suck the dust up while you're doing that, you should still wear a mask, because that fine dust in the air, that stuff gets in your lungs. That's not going to be very good for you. Not sure how well you guys will be able to hear me. Hopefully this thing ain't going to be too loud. I don't know. Let me see if I can tilt this camera and you guys can actually see me. There we go. You guys can see a little bit, right? A little closer shot here. So as you can see, that's all chainsaw work, just out of a 2x4. And I want to go in and start rounding the head and roughing these ears out. I kind of end up spending way more time on these things than I should, because I'm not really going to make my money back for the time that goes into them. But they're fun, you know. Usually kids love these little bears. They sell pretty good at craft fairs. Something you guys should think about. You guys tell me, is that pretty loud on your end using this tool? Does it sound like it's too loud, coming through the speaker when I'm working, or because I can't tell? I have no idea. No? Cool. Thanks, Dennis. Hopefully I don't, carve into my finger, which I usually do. So this is the Sabertooth eyeball bit with the 1/8 shaft. This is their medium grit. I've also got the fine grit that they offer. Normally it's yellow, but it's all come off because I use it quite a bit. These are pretty good. These are pretty versatile bits, these eye bits. I like these quite a bit. I also like the flame. Let's see. My bigger one's on my die grinder, but I also like their flame bit. I use this quite a bit too, but if you want to get in to like a really tight spot, you want to get those lines like around the eyes really clean, this bit works really, really great for that, for small carvings. They make them bigger too, so you can get them in a 1/4 inch shaft. If you're, carving bears and you want to start carving out the eyes, those work awesome. I mean, that flame bit and that eye bit are right now a couple of my go-to bits for everything I'm doing. They're just really, really versatile. These guys are just pine, so they carve pretty easy. I mean, you can be heavy-handed, it don't matter. Just when it gets away from you, it usually bites into your skin, which, kind of sucks, but you guys got plans for the New Year's? We got New Year's Eve coming up, New Year's Day. Anybody going out or staying in? I know I'll be staying in. I got to work New Year's Eve. I got to work New Year's Day at my day job, and maybe I work at 6, so I'm not staying up. Not a chance. I'll be in bed early. I'd rather be in bed early and start my days early. I mean, my days off, I'm still getting up at 5, 4:30, 5 o'clock. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. I know I did. We spent some time with family. We had family visiting as well. That was good. Kids always have a good Christmas, so that's a plus. You guys can see that ear getting shaped out. Kind of, oh, that one's horrible looking. And the top of that head, see where it started, kind of like this guy going into that. Now this side's jacked up. There's not as much wood there, but you just make it work. You know, if you're making these, you make it work. They don't have to be perfect. People love them. I've said it in other videos. Somebody will buy it. It doesn't matter. Your imperfection is usually beauty to somebody else. I mean, somebody else, you can point out all your flaws if you're someone that creates, and you can do it all day long on a piece. And somebody that truly loves it, they love it. It doesn't matter. And that happens quite a bit at craft fairs. You know, I'm able to bring pieces to a craft fair that I think aren't perfect, and people still buy them. They love them. So, something to keep in mind. Can't remember who asked the question. Somebody's asking me a question about selling and how to go about pricing and selling stuff, and that is always a really, really tough one. Um, yeah, I don't know. I always feel like trying to price stuff out is like a tough one. I mean, you should set your prices and stick to them, and they are what they are. I'm not always the best at that. Sometimes people get it for less than what they should because I've had the piece for a while and I just want to get rid of it. I mean, these little bears, if I carve this guy out and get them all done and I just leave them plain and sell them, probably $5. Why? Because I know just about every kid that comes through a craft fair can go home with a bear. I know my kids will get maybe $5, $10 to go to a craft fair, and if they want something, they can buy it. So if every other kid potentially has $5 to $10, you know you can at least make $5, and they can also go home with something really cool because kids love this stuff. They really do. It's not that I'm necessarily trying to like target kids in my sales, but it's just the truth. I mean, adults alone love them as well. I've had people buy them and buy like a handful just to have for crafts for their kids to paint later for a birthday or something like that, which is always pretty cool. Um, but I mean, when you're selling at craft fairs, I mean, if you guys have ever been to one, which most people have, and if you're selling at them, you know, there's all kinds of people coming through, and not everybody can afford six, seven, $800 piece, a $50 piece, $100 piece. You know, sometimes being able to spend $5 is all someone can spend, and you know what? They still get to take home a piece of your art that they're going to show people and talk about, and that gets the word out. And word of mouth is huge, even on social media and person to person is still a big word of mouth. I like to think of it as, you know, everybody can go home with something. So if somebody comes in my booth, they can always go home with something, you know, with when you have something that's priced low. How to figure out those prices tends to be, I don't know, something different. I don't even know how to tackle that, honestly. I think prices have to depend on your work, what you think you're worth, and try not to overprice your stuff out the gate. You always got to give yourself room to grow. So if you want to do carvings, if you want to carve, say, bears, and you know at some point you want to be able to sell bears for $100 a foot, you've got to keep in mind the girth and the size of the bear, the time that goes into making that, And when you're first starting out carving, you might put an hour and a half into that bear and feel it should go for 100, but it might not be in the $100 range quite yet. I hope that makes sense. Um, I've found the more people get to see your work and know your work, the more you're able to put a higher amount on your prices. Your name's getting out there, you're getting better, and those are things that come with time. I still sell smaller bears, like a full-bodied bear that's, I don't know, 8, 10 inches tall for like $50, all done, painted, sanded, eyes, the whole 9 yards. And then we'll take a whole different bear that might be sitting or waving or holding a sign that could be in that 14-inch range, 12 to 14-inch range, and sell that for $70, $100. But it just depends on the detail, the work that's gone into it, and what that final piece looks like. Hope I'm not totally boring you guys. I'm working a little bit and talking a whole bunch, but guess that's what going live's all about, right? Who's all out there? I think I'd seen Dennis earlier, right? I'm kind of going live here on my phone, so when you guys comment, it can kind of tough to see, but you guys can always comment. If you got questions, feel free to ask. Hopefully my eyes are on the camera when your comment pops up and I don't miss it. Sure, I'll get some people upset because I didn't say, hey, I'm going live. Hey, man, how's it going? You at work today? You working or you got the day off? Or maybe you can't answer if you're at work because your boss will be like, what are you doing on YouTube? Hey, Colin, how's it going, man? Hope things are good with you. Scotland. You were on my Patreon account a while back, right, bud? Got the day off work. Cool, Dennis. I think Colin was on my Patreon account a while back. I know you were looking for videos on shoot, now it's booger. I can't think of what I'm trying to say now. Gnomes, carving gnomes. I believe you can go to the Patreon account now, and I think all those gnome carving videos are accessible to anybody that goes there. I don't have them up here on YouTube, but it's kind of a a plus. So I don't think you'll have to pay to see those now. I think I said, you know what, man, like you guys can just go to the Patreon account and see those how to carve a gnome videos, and I think they're just free. When you guys get a chance, check that out and just leave it in the regular comments and let me go. Hey, man, I can never read your name, but what's up? Thanks for joining. Um, just working on bears. See, we got 7, big 7. Cool. Yeah, dude, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Man, I'm not even stressing about it. Like I tell everybody, you go to that Patreon account. If you guys help support me through there, awesome. And if you can't, no worries. I mean, we've all got stuff going on. There's times I've got extra money and I can do things, and there's times I don't. We've got life to live, and a lot of things are more important. So don't even stress about it, man. You are more than welcome to be here. So don't even worry. No worries, bud. Ugh. So normally though, these guys will only take me like 5-10 minutes. I'll just rip right through and get them done. Usually gouging my fingers, but kind of happens. Oh, the lights flickered. So you guys can see sort of shaping out a neck here for this guy. Kind of coming together there. Comes to the back. I think my lights are going to go out. It's been raining and storming like crazy around here. So if we lose the lights, well, I'll have to end this. But it's, yeah, we've had a pretty good storm with ice and stuff. Hopefully we don't lose power. That would not be fun. Anyway, come around the back. All I'm going to do is round this corner. That's his back. Nothing crazy. And we're going to come around and round this down and try to make this a little more narrow than the feet. So this is back just a little bit. So we kind of drop the shoulders, so it gives them a little more of a neck. Oop. We'll start rounding these down here in the front, the arms to the paws. Man, I get all tripped up on how I'm going to hold this thing sometimes. So we've kind of rounded that down. Do the same on this side. There's our body, right? Nothing crazy. I mean, you could take the time and like define the arms and the paws and stuff if you want, but keep in mind the more time you put into it for the size and for what it is, you might not make your money back. So these guys aren't, not putting a ton of time in these, but I do want that face to look good. So you got to come in and shape that snout out. Say I want that face to look good as it can look for a bear that's only 3 inches tall. rounding the snout off a little bit. Rough the nose on there. And do like a small bridge for the mouth. So we rough the nose. It's just a small bridge up and over, you know what I mean? Like an arch for his mouth. And the eyes are pretty easy. You take that same eyeball bit and just jam it in there. Boom. Cute little bear. Trying to think of what I got out here so I can burn him. Hopefully not, catch all this sawdust on fire. That would not be cool. Hang tight, guys. Don't go anywhere. Got a fire brick. And I got a torch right here. Let's see if we can do this without starting a fire in the shop. Normally, I try to do all my burning outside. Even these little guys, I just want to take away that fire hazard, which sounds funny when there's a wood stove right there. But the open flame is a little more dangerous than that. At least that's contained for the most part, But an open flame can catch anything on fire like really quick. So, and this stuff's really fine. This wood's real dry. But we've got them on a fire brick here. He's on fire. Cool. All right. Get this thing out of the way. There he is. Little bear. A little hot in there still, huh? So normally what I'll do is take a brush and brush him down, which I don't think I didn't plan for all this, honestly. I was just going to carve for a bit and chat with you guys. And now I'm like, you know what? We'll just finish these guys while I'm sitting here. Guess that's kind of the way it goes sometimes. But normally I've got a brush floating around and you brush all this off. Otherwise it's like all over your hands. They get all black. Hold on. Let me see if I got my brush over here on this bench. Hope you guys are having a good Monday. Of course, I do. There's a brush. Here's a brush. Hope you guys are still with me. Let's see, we got 7 of you. Jeez, everybody's sticking around, huh? Cool. So I make sure to put my mask on when brushing these, even when I'm outside, because this stuff is really fine. And this is the same process I do with the big bears, honestly, you guys. After I carve, I like to hit it with the brush or the flap sander. That makes pretty quick work of getting all this off. That flap sander does. Actually, good. Get that out of here. There he is. So I really wouldn't do too much else to this. This would be it. Oh yes, I would. Sorry about that. I want them to fit in here pretty good. So if you guys look at the bottom, it's square, right? That drives me nuts. See underneath him? He's all wobbly and stuff. That drives me crazy. So normally you do that before burning, so you don't have to reburn if you goof up. But what I want to do is round those edges, so he'll sit in there a little bit better. Because then when I put glue on it later, it doesn't have to try to span that gap. So that's what we're gonna do here, quick. Just kind of eyeballing it. Probably went a little too far. Let's see. Still go a little more, I guess. I got to make it more of a gradual. Those edges, so I got it going too sharp. Kind of need to feather it out more. Big 10. 10 people on here. Awesome. Twelve people. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Got some new people jumping on. We've been at like 7 for a while, up to 12. Just rounding this bear, so he'll fit in this cherry round a little bit nicer. That'll probably be about it. Like I said, the more time you spend, the more you'd want to make out of it, and it doesn't always work. So, see how he fits in there. Now, what I end up doing with these is, with this, so it always sits flat, I'll take it over to my belt sander and just put it on there, sand that nice and smooth so I don't ever have to worry about it tipping on the customer, or on the shelf when it's at a craft fair. And that's it. It's like that guy's done. Sorry, I hope that wasn't too loud. And we'll slap some glue in here anyway. Now, sometimes I add a finish to these, but only like a spray. I'm not taking my time to like brush these guys down with an exterior poly. That's just not going to be worth it. This is more of a in-the-house sort of thing. But I always let the customers know, you can, in case they want this to be a outside piece, they can totally do whatever they want and spray it down or not or whatever. But again, if you start putting a clear coat on it, there's your price because you're spending money. So that means your customers have to spend money too. They don't have to pay for the whole can, but you got to figure out how much you can do with one can. Good morning, Sue. Yes, Sue. Sorry, doing everything on my phone. I can see your comments. They're just, small, far away. So there he is. Little bear in a cherry round. What are y'all up to? What are you guys doing today? Anything fun? Anybody working on projects today? Well, when you're not watching me. Or in the middle of a project, maybe not working on it today, but maybe you did this weekend. Any makers on here? If not, no worries, no pressure. I know not everybody likes to put themselves out there, and comment. That's fine too. Hopefully you guys know by now I'm not pushy when it comes to this sort of stuff because it's not that easy for some people, and that's fine. So, got this other bear. This guy's a little bit wider. He's got a horrible saw cut going there. Quite the angle. Will probably be the next one I start working on. That's basically it, you guys. If you guys follow those 2 videos that I put up, Michigan. Yeah, snowstorm, huh? Is it going to be snow and ice? Because we're supposed to be in the middle of like a ice storm, which has pretty much just been rain. I mean, it was supposed to be sleet and like actual ice buildup, but I really haven't had any ice buildup. It's been a little too warm. You guys expecting inches there, Sue? Or you're like snow in the inches or ice kind of storm? You guys got any projects going? Scott, finishing your Seahawk. 12th bird, huh? Cool. Awesome. I'd like to see that. That'd be cool. So you guys can ice and snow about 7. Oh yeah, geez, that'll be quite a bit. 7 inches. Wood Spirit, nice. Oh hey Donnie, I didn't even look at the name. I just look at what you wrote. Finishing up a couple bears. Cool. How big are your bears? Height wise, roughly, guesstimate. It's going good, Alexander. Thanks, man. Move this up a little bit, like squatting down here to see you guys. There we go. Oh, small bears, Colin. Cool. Did bench. Yeah, that'll be fun, man. Shoot, I can see that last comment. I don't know how to keep these comments up here. They disappear before I can even stink and read them. Holy cow! How tall were those bears you guys are working on? Just little guys, like a foot or less, or you guys getting into anything really big? Oh, it's dusty in here. I gotta get one of them dust table setup deals so I can suck the dust out as I'm working on this sort of stuff. I say that, but I probably won't get one. Normally, I'm doing these outside under the tent, so I don't care what the mess looks like. Like I said, it's raining and nasty out. I didn't see it. What size bears you guys working on? Little guys? I saw Colin. You said little bears. Nose got too small. Yeah. Thanks, Sue. You too. Have a great New Year. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. Send me some pics. Yes, you guys can send me pictures of your work, and this is the email: Halls.rusticcreations at Yahoo. So it's HALLS period rustic creations at Yahoo. All right. I will, once this video is done and it uploads, I'll put it in the description below. Yeah, man, I'll send you a photo, Alexander. I'll get you a photo of that, dude. Shoot me a message on Instagram later, just reminding me. And I think I've got a couple photos of that, and I'll send them over to you. Alexander did a photo. I had him did a drawing for my parents for Christmas of their poodle that came out really awesome. He's quite the artist. It was pretty nice job, man. It came out great. They love it. And yeah, I'll get you a photo of that. Again, just shoot me a message on Instagram later, man, just to remind me because I'll probably forget. So, man, we've been on here 38 minutes. That's crazy. I don't usually go live very long. I didn't realize I could talk so much and have people listen for so long. Yeah, I would like to. Yeah, yeah. Well, they just headed home. They're up here for Christmas, so I can get a picture of where it's going to be once they get home and get it set up. They're in Tennessee, so and I'm in New York, and that's about 12, 13 hour drive difference. I think they just got home the other day, actually, yesterday. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. They got home yesterday, so I'll reach out to them, Alexander, and see if they can get me a photo of it hanging on their wall, and I'll be sure to send that to you. I got sidetracked now. I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh well. I hope you guys are having a great day, though. I hope you guys kick the New Year's off in style. Do something fun. Don't get too crazy overboard, But I hope you guys have an awesome New Year's Eve and an awesome New Year's Day. I don't know. I was thinking about closing this thing out, but it's been fun chatting with you guys. That's for sure. Hanging out. Maybe next time I'll try to. No worries, buddy. I get sidetracked super easy. My wife's always yelling at me. It's all right. Uh, Maybe I'll try to get this stuff out later, though. Like, give you guys a heads up next time. And all right, man. Cool. Cool, Donnie. Hope you guys enjoy that. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. And try to give you guys more of a heads up so maybe more people can join. Maybe do it near the evening or something. I think we hit 12 on this, which is cool. So, you too, Colin. Dennis, I'll be starting this moose carving, I don't know, in the next couple days. The video's not going to be, for another week or so. I've actually got a couple videos that'll be coming up here pretty soon. I've already started to work on it. It's right here. It's just off screen. I don't want to try to move the camera. Give me a second. So this is what it looks like right now. Nothing like a moose. Okay, it's just a block of walnut. Yeah, yeah, the hangover. Yeah, I won't be having one of those. I got to work the next day. And then I've also got these pieces of walnut cut. Hopefully for the legs. I don't know if they're going to be thick enough. I might have to add to them. But there's going to be quite a bit of carving in this. I'm hoping to order up maybe two more saber-toothed round discs. Right now I've got the fine grit. I want to get the medium and possibly the heavy grit because I do not want to take the chainsaw out of this. I don't want the chainsaw. Says I reconnected. Looks like I lost you guys for a minute. We back on? Anybody there? All right, man. Have a good one, Alex. Thanks for coming on, bud. All right, cool. We're back. But yeah, all right. My thing was loading. All right. Disappeared. It went all crazy on me. I lost connection. Well, yeah, that's going to be the moose. If you guys follow me on Instagram or my Facebook business page, also those links will be below. I'll be putting up photos as I work on it, but I'll end up doing a video and things like that for YouTube here once it's done, and I can kind of put that all together. I do have a video coming up this week. It's going to be on a chainsaw, believe it or not, right? This chainsaw. Look at this thing, right? Check it out. Really, really cheap chainsaw. You guys are actually getting the first look into this video right now. I got this thing at Harbor Freight, and I already did an unboxing video of it and using it. And the plan was to carve a bear with it and see if this could potentially be a saw for someone to start carving with. And I don't want to give anything away though. So you guys will have to wait for those two videos. It might be two. I might just squeeze it all into one because the carving one is kind of short, but we'll see what happens. Do not run out and buy this though until you watch both those videos. And yeah. Yeah. Harbor Freight. If you guys shop there, you probably know why I'm laughing. Or you may already have used one of these. Good stuff though. Fun content. I'm gonna try to get that thing together tonight. Maybe it'll be up first Wednesday, Thursday. Maybe I'll put that up. Second video probably on the weekend if it even makes it to a second video. We'll see what happens. I'll figure it out in editing. But all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. I hope y'all have an awesome day. Have a great New Year's Eve, great New Year's Day. Be safe. Don't get yourselves into trouble. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for your support. See you later.